For Hype Plus, I'm Nichelle Woods. With the arrival of hip-hop in 1973, the 1980s featured a number of men and women across the country vying to get involved. Beats and rhymes of the early days were simple and groundbreaking simply because it wasn't seen before. In New York City, the art had been spread like wildfire, and a signature sound had been more established. The South, in comparison, played catch-up as regions looked to define their sound and artists looked to be more creative, having seen the progression of the art since its inception. On the East Coast, Diddy is the guy known for producing major hit records while managing a roster of top-tier talent, and on the West Coast, Dr. Dre held the crown with multiple scenarios further proving their prowess. In the South, Jay Prince became the guy shaping his own lane in the industry through hard work and dedication. While the dream initially was never to be a record label owner or a businessman in that way, Prince knew that this would help himself and his family be successful in the future. Inadvertently, Prince would set the blueprint that other Southern CEOs in the coming years would follow to superstardom. As time has went on and hip-hop has seen a stream of violence over the years, Prince's name often comes up, with many in the industry painting him as a boogeyman of sorts, much like Suge Knight. Nonetheless, the journey to becoming the boss of a successful record label, amongst his other business accolades, only shows just how determined Prince was to make it out of his environment and to be successful despite what he hadn't been given. The stories have and will continue to swarm social media and other spaces for years to come. However, it would be unfair to not dive deeper and uncover truly who Jay Prince was before making your judgment. James L. Smith was born on October 31, 1965 in Houston's infamously rough Fifth Ward neighborhood. Born to a single mother in Sharon Johnson and only a younger brother and an older sister, Prince became the man of the house early on. As a child, Prince developed his entrepreneurial spirit early on, making money through mowing lawns and other small chores for those in his Bloody Nickel apartments and those nearby. The neighborhood was flooded with cocaine and gun violence during his teens, and this trend of violence would continue in the region for years to come. With his sister dying and him frequently changing schools depending on whom he was living with, Prince would go on to be a bank teller initially a few years after graduating from Kashmere High School. While working as a teller in 1985, Prince would be fired, and after finding an abandoned lot that he would turn into a used car dealership, the future mogul would use the proceeds from this business to begin the infamous label. In 1987, Rap-A-Lot Records was created as a nod to Jay Prince's younger brother, who was rapping under the name Sir Rap-A-Lot. Early on, Prince would find his first major group, the Ghetto Boys, via word of mouth, as Scarface was discovered via a club parking lot, and Willie D and Bushwick Bill were referred to be part of the group. At the discretion of Prince, his brother would be replaced by Scarface, allegedly following a rap battle between the two in which Scarface came out on top. UGK, Bun B, Rick Ross, Birdman, and Master P are just a few of the Southern hip-hop heavyweights that Prince both worked with over the years and influenced greatly. Prince was approached by many executives in the music industry throughout the years due to his perceived power of mediating conflicts and getting things done. As a result of this, he would turn down some offers, and this confidence built led him to further expand into more businesses as a result. Drake was yet another artist on the long list of stars Prince worked with after he was discovered via J. Prince Jr. on MySpace. As the origin tale goes, Jazz Prince discovered Drake from the days of the Toronto rapper releasing tracks on MySpace, right before comeback season truly took hold, when Drizzy's style was heavily influenced by Fonte of the Foreign Exchange and Little Brother. Jazz bought Drake not only to Lil Wayne, but also to his father. That's why Jay Prince's name is included as executive producer for Thank Me Later and Nothing Was the Same. In the same article, stories that have further pushed the narrative of Prince as the boogeyman were further revealed, giving many an inside look into what Prince was doing behind the music. According to rap urban legend, Jay Prince allegedly stepped in to defend Pimp C after he and Master P got into a disagreement over whether Pimp was properly compensated for his work on P's Break 'Em Off Something track from the Ice Cream Man in 1996. Master P allegedly kidnapped and pistol whipped UGK rapper over some of the latter's remarks. But allegedly, when he called Jay Prince for a green light to kill Pimp C over the disrespect, Prince furiously told P not to harm Pimp C and to let him go. Incidents like this would continue to be rumored to occur according to Jay Prince. Prince has long alleged the fact that federal government and its various agencies have an out for him, and that there's a pattern of history to match. Being a businessman at heart in all aspects, Prince was never shy to expand, having founded J. Prince Boxing in his hometown of Houston in 1999. Drawing inspiration from legendary promoters such as Don King, and having always been an avid fan of the sport, Prince would rub elbows with some of the greatest boxers of all time via promotion. Floyd Mayweather Jr., Andre Ward, Roy Jones Jr., and Winky Wright are just a few of the bigger names of the 15-plus fighters he worked with over the years. Stories circulated for years, according to a Vice article, that Mayweather's management may have been roughed up at the time of the departure that was financially an issue. Andre Ward notably departed for a similar reason, with litigation coming into play as both he and Prince sued one another regarding the matter in 2008. Back in 2006, J. Prince created a condom brand called Strapped after his friend became extremely sick from HIV. Like many moguls, he dabbled in fashion and later an alcohol brand called Loyalty in 2020. Prince was not always the bad guy and admits that his attempts to change and build up better for Black people in the industry was halted by a shocking source. In an interview with Revolt TV in 2021, Prince referenced the fact that the FBI had been recently attempting to blame him for a number of crimes related to drugs. Additionally, Prince stated that this was not the first time and that when him and Suge Knight had previously looked to join forces working outside of major record labels, both men became targets by the system. Specifically, Prince revealed that "We wanted to create our own Black-owned distribution company," Prince recalled. "So we had a meeting of the minds, met in LA, and it wasn't long after I feel like the feds attacked each of us." Conspiracy not only from a distribution point of view, they had their reasons, but definitely we all saw what happened to Death Row. We saw how they attacked Murder Inc. and they tried to kill me. So that was one of them things. On July 17, 2021, Prince posted more specifics about the depths that the government would go in order to pin a crime on him. In a video post shared via his Instagram, Prince revealed text messages that used his name to facilitate drug deals that he was not a part of. The caption for the post was clear as he posted, "DEA, FBI, HPD, or IRS, the alphabets may change, but the tricks stay the same." At the time, the post went viral, featuring both pictures and audio confirming exactly who was on Prince's tail trying to convict him at the time. A more recent disagreement with Offset of the Migos showed that Prince may not have changed much since the 90s. Issues regarding a tribute performance to the Fallen Takeoff triggered the beef that dragged in others over time. Again, being a man of few words, many fans were shocked to hear Prince speak out via a XXL magazine interview saying, "This Offset dude, I ain't gonna leave him out. I'm just real like this. Niggas be throwing rocks and hiding their hands, right? I don't like them kind of individuals. The truth of the matter is, one can dance and do different things in front of these different cameras and all kinds of shit. The truth of the matter is, nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive." Despite Prince being a man of few words, given the magnitude of the situation, it didn't come as much of a surprise for him to respond. Years of past issues and situations where people were not safe in Houston's at the hands of Prince and rumors of extortion only heightened again. For J. Prince, he asserts that he is a man of principle and can never let lies be spread about him when he's capable of telling people the truth. The issues with Offset may end soon, as Prince has a reputation of being open to compromise and talk man to man if the situation is right. While this incident paints the picture that many in the media have for decades, even in 2021 and leading up to it, sheds light onto the mediator role Prince claims he has actually played in disputes over the years. In an effort to get Larry Hoover's unjust conviction publicized, Prince even got Drake and Kanye West to end their feud following years of back and forth that brought in a number of other industry veterans such as Lil Wayne, Pusha T, and even Suge Knight. As a man nearing his 60s, Prince is now more focused on continuing his legacy, possibly outside music, as he admits via Vice article that his love has changed, but that he's still a businessman and will continue expanding. Further evidence of his lack of love for the music industry, and perhaps a deeper reason to why, came when J. Prince took to social media in early 2022. In a Twitter post from March 21, 2022, Prince called out the Grammys for years of racism in a series of tweets, with the first reading, "Hip hop versus the Grammys. I've been watching the Grammys control and dictate our culture to their benefit up close and personal for the past 30 years that I've been in the music business." This tweet followed others highlighting figures such as Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, and even Trevor Noah being controlled, and how the Grammys has created a narrative for hip hop that he can't stand behind. Prince also made mention of the need to come together and highlight the lack of nuts people had, despite being executives, to make changes when they see things that they don't like in the industry, remaining quiet and safe instead. With the list of accolades both in the music and sports world, J. Prince made an everlasting mark on the entertainment industry as a whole. Problems with boxers, the long-standing beef with Lil Wayne, and a reputation that mirrors that of Suge Knight in a way has pitted him as a controversial figure. You either love or hate J. Prince. However, it's most important that before you make that decision, you get to know who is J. Prince. Stay up to date with the latest news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. Follow Comedy Hype across all social media and look out for original content on our new streaming service at comedyhype.com. For Hype Plus, I'm Nichelle Woods.